Hi everyone, this is a listen and repeat session.
New perspectives.
New perspectives.
The Q Classroom. Page 65.
The Unit 4 question is change good or bad?
The Unit 4 question is it change good or bad?
So what are some of the big changes you've made in your life recently?
So what are some of the big changes that you have made in your life recently,
Marcus?
Marcus?
I moved here and started college.
I moved here and started college.
Has that been a good change or a bad change for
Had that been a good change or bad change for you?
you?
A good change. I'm more independent now.
A good change. I'm more independent now.
What about change in general?
What about a change in general?
Have the changes in your life been good for you or bad for you?
Have changes in your life been good for you or bad for you?
Yuna?
Yuna.
Good. I lost my job and was very sad.
Good. I lost my job and I was very sad.
But now I am here,
But now I am here,
going to school full time and happy.
going to school full time and happy.
So sometimes a change that seems bad at first turns out to be a good thing.
So sometimes a change that seems bad at first turns out to be good thing.
Do you agree, Sophie?
Do you agree?
Is
Sophie?
change usually a good thing?
Is change usually a good thing?
Well, changes in my life have usually been good,
Well, changes in my life have usually been good,
like moving or starting a new school.
like moving or starting a new school.
But sometimes changes in society aren't good,
But sometimes changes in society are not good,
like when the crime rate goes up
like when the crime rate goes up
or the environment becomes polluted.
or the environment becomes polluted.
Okay, let's talk about changes in society.
Okay, let's talk about changes in society.
The world has changed a lot
The world has changed a lot
since your parents were your age.
since your parents were your age.
Have most of those changes been good
Have most of those changes been good
or bad?
or bad?
What does that say about change in general?
What does that say about change in general?
Felix?
Felix?
I think most changes have a good side and a bad side.
I think most changes have a good side and a bad side.
My mom would say that people today spend too much time sitting at the computer
My mom usually say that people today spend too much time sitting at the computer
and not enough time talking face to face
and not enough time talking face to face
or getting out.
or getting out.
But it's also true that I can stay in touch with my friends
But it's also true that I can stay in touch with my friends
all over the world in a way
all over the world in a way
she never could.
she never could.
So there are really two ways to look at most changes.
So there are really two ways to look at most changes. Okay, move to another listening.
Listening 1. Changing expectations.
Changing expectations.
Listen for main ideas. Page 68.
Hello, everyone.
Hello everyone.
My name's Gary McBride,
My name is Gary McBride
and I'm here to talk to you today about the benefits of downshifting.
and I'm here to talk to you about the benefits of downshifting.
By downshifting, I mean getting out of the rat race and living a simpler life.
By downshifting, I mean getting out of the rat race and living a simpler life.
One with less power and responsibility,
One with less power and responsibility,
and of course less money,
and of course less money,
but with more free time and
but with more free time
opportunity to enjoy life.
and opportunity to enjoy life.
It's something we probably all think about from
It's something we probably all think about
time to time,
from time
but
to
I've
time,
actually done it.
and I have actually done it.
So, thank you for giving me this opportunity
So thank you for giving me this
to
opportunity
tell you about my experience.
to tell you about my experience.
A few years ago, I worked on Wall Street for a big bank.
A few years ago, I worked on Wall Street for a big bank.
I was a typical city trader,
I was a typical city trader,
buying and selling stocks day after day.
buying and selling stocks day after day.
And it was very well paid.
And it was very well paid.
I mean, I earned hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I mean, I earned hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I wore designer clothes,
I wore designer clothes,
drove a luxury sports car, lived
drove a luxury sports car,
in a huge apartment downtown.
lived in a huge apartment downtown.
I felt like I was king of the world.
I felt like a king of the world,
But there was a price to pay.
but there was a price to pay.
I couldn't really handle all the stress.
I couldn't really handle the stress.
I had headaches and stomach problems the
I had headaches and stomach problems
whole time.
the whole time.
My personal life also suffered,
My personal life also suffered,
as I was never home to build a steady relationship.
and as I was never home to build a steady relationship.
And then the financial crisis came along.
And then the financial crisis came along.
You remember that, right?
You remember that, right?
Like many others, I
Like many others,
lost my job.
I lost my job.
But instead of looking for work in other companies,
But instead of looking for work in other companies,
retraining, or starting
retraining or starting
my own business,
my own business,
I felt I needed to do something different.
I felt I needed to do something different.
I was curious about the world out there,
I was curious about the world out there.
and I needed to justify my place in it.
I needed to justify my place in it.
I needed a change.
I needed a change.
So, for 6 months, I traveled around Mexico,
So for 6 months I traveled around Mexico,
then South America,
then
and
South
over to
America,
Europe.
and over Europe.
It gave me the
It gave me the time.
time and space I needed to
It gave me the time and space I needed
think about what I wanted to do.
to think about what I want to do.
And when I got back,
When I got back,
I decided to leave Wall Street.
I decided
I
to
sold
leave
my
Wall
car
Street.
and my apartment
I sold my car and my apartment
and went to live in a small town in Iowa to be
and went to live in a small town in Iowa
near my parents.
to be near my parents.
After a couple of months,
After a couple of months,
I started looking for work.
I started.
I earned a
looking for
lot
work.
as
I earned a lot
a city trader,
as a city
but I
trader,
also spent
but also I also spent
a lot.
a lot.
So I didn't have any savings.
I didn't have any savings.
I wanted to try something new,
I wanted to try something new,
something different.
something different.
The first position I was offered
The first position I was offered
was a home care assistant in the local hospital.
was a home care assistant in the local hospital.
It seemed a friendly place,
It seemed a friendly place,
so I took it.
so I took
These
it.
days, I'm
These
still a
days,
home
I'm still a home
care assistant.
care assistant.
I go to the homes of sick or elderly people
I go to the homes of sick and or elderly people
who need help,
who need help.
and I help them wash.
I help them wash.
Do their housekeeping,
I do the housekeeping,
prepare their meals.
prepare their meals.
I talk to them.
I talk to them.
Being a home care assistant
Being a home care assistant
is a very different job
very different job
from what I was doing before.
from what I was doing before.
Of course, the salary is considerably lower, so
Of course, the salary is considerably lower,
I don't eat out often.
so I didn't eat out often.
I can't buy a new car,
I can't buy a new car,
and I certainly can't afford an overseas vacation anymore.
and I certainly can't afford an overseas vacation anymore.
But you know what?
But you know what?
I've adapted,
I have adapted.
and now I'm very fulfilled.
And now I'm very fulfilled.
Living life at a slower speed means I have time to make friends.
Living life at slower speed means I have time to make friends.
Real friends.
Real friends.
I have a better relationship with my family,
I have a better relationship with my family.
and I feel healthier too.
I feel healthier too.
As a city trader, I was always busy.
As a city trader, I was always busy.
I only thought about myself.
I only thought about myself.
But now, my job is to care for other people.
But now my job is to care for other people.
And helping other people has helped me to be a better person.
And helping other people has helped me to be a better person.
I've achieved the goal I set for myself when I
I achieved the goal I set for myself
came back from traveling.
when I came back from traveling.
I finally know what it is to be happy.
I finally know what it is to be happy.
Now, are there any questions?
Now, are there any questions? Thank you for listening and repeating.